Hey Cancer, welcome to Scorpio season. Welcome to your November 2020 reading. How are you feeling? I'm filming this on October 31st. The moon is full in Taurus right now. We will see her tonight. And November starts off on a really good note. Emotionally, you feel on top of the world. You're aligning in a way that very similar to what I said to Gemini in their reading. You're aligning in a way that is so quintessentially you, yet I feel like you haven't even experienced that yet. And November brings the balance, it brings the drive, and it definitely, especially when Mars goes direct on the 14th, that cardinal boost is really going to send that chariot flying. The Wheel of Fortune, literally. The Wheel of Fortune, partnered with the chariot, is letting you know. Sorry about that, had an interruption. But what I was saying is the Wheel of Fortune, partnered with the chariot, is letting you know that where you go next, where you decide to steer that chariot, that you have the freedom within yourself to allow yourself to fully step into whatever that energy is that you want to move in. You are backed divinely by this Wheel of Fortune energy, which is a lot of luck and abundance and divine protection. It's giving you the security that you love, to feel safe internally, to go and inhabit new territory in which you've never been before. Now, along with all this change and all of this newness and all of this driving forward, there does always tend to be, with us Cancers, a little bit of hard feelings that we get. Not hard feelings in a resentful way. Hard feelings meaning that we sometimes can cling on to things that we've outgrown and are ready to move past. And sometimes when things are going really good and going our way, we try to inject some of this energy into the mix because on a very subconscious level, you're aware of the fact that in order to get to where you're going, you have to leave where you are now. And that, so sorry about that. More interruptions. Mercury is still retrograde. Please bear with me. 5 of Cups. What I was saying is, there's a keen awareness that in this leaving where you are now means giving up a level of security to familiarity. It may also mean walking away from some things that you have attachment to, but that you don't necessarily like. See, that's the thing that a lot of people get twisted with Cancers, is they think that the attachment has to do with like selfish desire, or like a desire to cling on to something specifically. Um, in reality, a lot of the time, some of the things that we hold on to can be very detrimental to us. And the reason why we hold on is because of that familiarity and because of that codependency, that toxic codependency that can sometimes show up when Cancer falls into a familiar pattern and routine and isn't protecting themselves fully. So, just be sure that as all of this positive, really great forward moving energy is making its way into your reality, that you don't throw um, like banana peels in your own way. You don't want to access this energy, um, not even access, you don't want to manufacture this energy when it isn't valid, right? Scorpio season is a major doorway for Cancer, to allow you guys to dive really deep into that dark scorpionic water, and lay to rest things within yourself that any other time of year you might be too apprehensive to let go of. Scorpio season is kind of your meal ticket. It's your way out of this life that you've known, and it's your way into the new. It is such an intense energy already that it allows you to get off of your shoulders what you have been keeping there far too long because you've been too scared, or you have been too apprehensive to interrupt the pace that's moving around you. You may not want to hurt other people's feelings. You may not want to disrupt other people's lives. You may have made commitments to other people that are coming up that you didn't want to break or that you don't want to break. And all of these things are different chess pieces on that mental board that you have in your brain when you deliberate putting yourself before others. Scorpio season allows you to ditch and run, which you guys don't do often. And you may not even have to be doing it in very drastic ways, right? This doesn't necessarily mean like you're going to be ghosting everyone and starting a whole new life, although for some of you guys, maybe that's true. But what the death card is more so laying to rest certain patterns within yourself, certain ways of being, thinking, acting, all of that. You are nipping in the bud what later turns into negative patterned behavior. All right, let's see. More cards. You guys are really deserving of this change. You guys are... just wait until I show you the next card. You guys are really deserving of this change. And you guys are... This is change and a level that you have been wanting to get to for a while. This is something that you've been working at for a while. The only reason why you haven't gotten here to this place yet is because of, again, you not knowing how to put yourself higher up on your priority list. Although you have been learning, and that is why you are at this space now, for sure. But there are a lot of reasons why it had to happen now. There are a lot of planets in Capricorn that have been working opposite of you to kind of pull you and force you into this very uncomfortable space in order to transform. And so it may not have been easy, but now that we're here, let me remind you, the Ten of Cups is your first card out. The Chariot has to do with your life path. Like I said, this is stuff that has been in the works for a long time. And so it's time to get clear with yourself that just because you put yourself first doesn't mean that you are abandoning people around you that you love. It doesn't. First of all, the fact that you would even think that you are in charge or can control the experience of the people around you is very naive. And I get that you're the mother of the zodiac, but take that pressure off of yourself, babe. The moon. Get it? Full moon today. There is a reason why I waited to do your reading until today. I knew I was going to do it yesterday, and I was like, no, I want to do it when the moon is full. As a Cancer moon, I find it really funny that, I mean, I don't find it funny, but I think it's funny that people associate the full moon with such a time of craziness, which it definitely does get crazy around this time. But I guess for me personally is what I'm trying to say. The full moon is my most favorite time of the month, and the time that I feel most like collected and in tune. And so I just always find that funny. But anyways, back into your reading. The moon. You have to trust that coming out the other side of Scorpio season, you will be in a place that even right now you might not even be able to picture. Or at least be at, ooh, we have the sun. The moon and the sun. Yeah. You, throughout the process that you are going throughout Scorpio season, is one that is going to incrementally reveal itself to you. The transformation will reveal itself to you over the course of this month. As the moonlight covers more and more ground and illuminates more and more in your mind and, externally out into your world, you will come to multiple realizations within yourself that, let's just put it this way. When you make some of these realizations, you will be even more proud of just how much faith and trust that you've had this entire time to navigate through this journey, this transformation, without knowing what was lying on the other side. Does this make sense? I hope it does. Rewatch it a couple times if it doesn't. The sun. You exit November and go into December, having now the sunlight illuminating what is going on in your life. There's a different clarity that comes with the sunlight versus the moonlight. This is what I'm talking about when I say that once you move out of it and you see this bright space that you have just entered, it just reaffirms to you how much divine faith and luck and backing you have. Everything that's going on in your life right now wants to communicate to you and concrete into your brain that the universe actively is constantly consistently responding to your each and every move. To your each and every movement, the universe is reacting and responding. It's instantaneous. You guys have a different attunement with this simulation given your sign, and the ability to feel and sense and hear and see things that maybe other signs don't pick up on. You have access to an embankment of information that some people do not absorb, that goes right over their head. All of this is being magnified in November. And by the time you exit it, you are truly on a new level. You are, again, very similar to Gemini, born again through this transformation. You come out the other side of November renewed and feeling like you have been revitalized. Queen of Swords. See, Cancer, the really beautiful thing about this transformation and this like growing up is that while you feel new again and revitalized and like you're back at square one, like the history has been wiped clean, while you feel that way, that does not indicate that you are without the means to protect yourself more than ever, to provide yourself with that same level of ferocity and protection and just ruthlessness, sorry, can't speak today, ruthlessness in which you protect other people around you that you love. Even though you are feeling revitalized and young again, you have taken the lessons from the hurt and the lessons and the growing experiences from the past and let go of the attachment and the wounds and the particulars of whatever experiences they are, and instead are just left now having corrected some of your behavior. You now can move forward and not wind up back in the same situations that you found yourself in the past. You find yourself navigating new relationships and connections and, jobs, whatever, with a new level of understanding, but also you're not scared to set those harsh boundaries anymore. You're not apprehensive to draw lines in the sand that are necessary to your well-being, even if they negatively impact, or not even negatively impact, negatively, even if you get a negative response from the people around you. You are joining with yourself and becoming your greatest advocate. Once Cancer does this, and once Cancer stops harboring in this space, right? Thinking of all the ways in which you could have done more, could have done something differently, could have catered more like this to, to reduce the negative reaction from this person here, like whatever it is. You're not in this space anymore. You're able now to emotionally protect yourself. Again, it feels like growing up. Growing up, but in the best way, because you have the knowledge, like I said, and the know-how of someone who has experienced life and matured and grown. Yet you have this childlike faith and spirit and luck attached to you. It's a really beautiful thing, Cancer. The month of November is really healing for you. It's really transformative. There are going to be a lot of epiphanies that you have this month. You're going to have a lot of portals this month in which you receive really, really valuable insight into the deep transformation that's going on in your life. Insight that only the universe can give you and only you can receive. So just listen. The moon and the sun in this reading are telling you to just be present and just listen. Just be open to the answers that the universe is going to throw in your face via this simulation, the natural order of how it works. The moon and the sun rises in the morning, and the moon rises in the evening. There's this dance that goes on every single day that none of us can escape. And that's really comforting. No matter what this month throws your way emotionally to test this new ground that you're in, just remember that the sun will always rise and fall, and so will the moon. And there's nothing you can do to speed up or slow down that process. It's just going to happen the way it happens. You can rest. That's another thing with the Chariot card. The Chariot, once it gets going, it's a self-running. They're running in unison. Don't spend this time spinning your mental wheels. You're meant to be living. The transformation is in your everyday experiences and in you listening in to the universe and to yourself and providing yourself with what those little downloads are telling you to do. All right, Cancer. I love you so much. I hope it's a really beautiful month for you. I will see you in December.